What's up, guys? I am Brandon. I'm on the part of the Smith & Rogue team. I am our apparel merchandiser, and I'm here at the Smith & Rogue headquarters, ready to introduce our Spring 24 graphics collection. First off, I want to go over a little bit what makes our graphic tees unique on the market. They are all made out of Tanguis Cotton, which was developed by Firmin Tanguis over 100 years ago. Some attributes of Tanguis they may not know is that it is a longer, stronger, more durable fiber than your standard cotton. It absorbs and moves moisture better, so it's gonna be a more breathable fabric without having to use synthetic fibers. And lastly, it's more environmentally friendly, so it takes less water to produce, and you can harvest it up to 6 times a year. The next really cool thing about our graphics that make it unique is they are all done with discharge printing. So what discharge printing is it actually bleaches out using a water-based bleach that bleaches out where the graphic's going to be, and then we re-dye over that in the garment or the graphic color. So what that does is it makes it much softer, less bulky on the hands. So you've all probably had those big graphic tees or big tees that have a big back graphic, and they get super sticky and hot and crunchy. So with discharge printing, you're not going to have any of that. It's going to be super breathable, super light. And it's also much longer lasting. So it's not gonna ever crack, fade, anything like that. So if you have a graphic tee that you love, it's gonna be with you for a long time. All right, so first off, we have our men's graphics. Our first tee that we have is our Forest Service truck tee here on our Pirate Black. This tee that we've done in the past, but we brought it back in a new colorway with that Forest Service green. And who doesn't love a classic truck with fly rods? So that's our first one for the Spring 24. Our second one is our Canary, Rocky Mountain Canary. It's on our Pilot Black charcoal. It's in a super cool paint by numbers design that we kind of developed, and it depicts a classic Western scene of a miner. Yeah, super cool graphic. Our last one in this color, we have our Burn the Ships. So it has a front graphic as well as a back graphic. It says Burn the Ships, and that's kind of the ode to that moniker. You know, we're gonna burn the ship, so there's no turning back. So super cool graphic for Spring Summer 24. Next one for men is our Rod and Gun Club. So it's kind of an ode to those classic, you know, hunting and fishing magazines. We have a simple chest hit on the front, and on the back, you know, that super timeless hunting and fishing graphic with the, you know, the trout and the duck. Our first long sleeve that we have for Spring 24 is just a simple mountain graphic on the pocket. Mountain graphic with our Smith & Rogue moniker, and then our tagline of Iron Sharpens Iron, something we've had in the line for a while. That kind of, like, you know, resonates with our brand. And then our last long sleeve for men is our core values. So again, it has that small little chest hit on the front with a little lure. And then on the back, it has, you know, who hasn't had that excitement the night before you're going on that backcountry hiking trip or hunting trip where you lay out all your gear the night before, get super excited. So this is kind of an ode to that, where, you know, all your core essentials that you're going to need on your next trip out in the bob or wherever your next trip might take you. And that is our Spring 24 men's graphics collection. All right, so in our women's graphics collection, we have 3 fits. We have our standard fit, which is, you know, a little bit closer to the body, but not cropped, not anything like that. Sleeves are a little bit shorter, a little bit tighter. So your standard women's t-shirt fit. We have your boyfriend fit, which is a little bit more boxy. Sleeves are a little bit longer, not quite as tight. So it's gonna feel a little bit looser, a little bit oversized. And lastly, we have our cropped fit, which is just how it sounds. It's cropped. It's not super cropped. You're not going to be showing bare midriff. It'll come right down to about the top of your belt, depending on how tall or short you are. Those are our 3 fits for women's graphics. What's up, guys? Back here to introduce our Spring 24 women's graphics collection. Our first one is a horse and her girl on a super soft wearable colorway, very earth tones, muted graphic, so it's not going to be too loud, but just a timeless Western graphic of a horse and a girl, or a girl and her horse, whichever way you want to look at it. Next, we have our roper. And it's a little bit faded, a little bit washed out of a graphic, but it's that, you know, classic Western of a roper, but in a kind of a modern take with the, you know, the headless skeleton and some super cool bright colors. Next, we have our On the Line. It is in our chroma wash. So what a chroma wash is when they use a dyeing process to kind of wash out some of the color. So it makes it look super unique. There's not going to be one single tee that's the same as another. They're all unique. Look super worn in, super vintage, really cool look. And then we have our On the Line graphic, which is, you know, a cowgirl and a cowboy sitting on a bull skull there. So super cool. And this is in our cropped silhouette. Lastly, for women, for Spring 24, we have our Rod and Gun Club in a super, you know, super cute colorway. We have the trout on the wearer's left chest, and on the back we have that classic, you know, font of, you know, old school hunting and fishing magazines, and this is kind of an ode to that, and a super wearable, super springy light colorway. And that is it for the Spring 24 Smith & Rogue graphics collection.